right, test mic. Still just trying to see
Right,
if...
test mic.
Okay, we are connected. All right, well, good morning, everyone. It's July 15, 2025, 9:28 in the morning. It's been a long heck of 3
Just trying
weeks.
to see.
So we were traveling for the first 2 weeks and then got the nasty flu on the third week. So we are now back trading, and throughout those traveling, I've been doing some swing trades. We do have a small position in Tesla that is currently doing good. I do not plan on closing the positions yet until it hit my stop loss. We have earned, quite a good profit with Tesla. So right now we do have some open position with an average cost of 304 for Tesla, and yeah, just doing some swing trade there. So for now, the usual suspect that we're watching Nvidia. Nvidia had been so strong, all time high. It's up by $7 or 4.3%. And yeah, definitely one of the stocks to keep an eye on. So pre-market low is at 169 with a pre-market high of 172. SPY as well is an all-time high. We are up by $2.75. Market is going to open in the next 30 seconds, so let's just make this quick. Pre-market low at 625 with a pre-market high of 627. So all-time high here, up by 0.44%. Tesla is up by 0.88%. Pre-market low 316, high of 319. This is going to be pushed to 320. That's a big order right there at 319.64. Market is now open. So let's see what the market is going to give us today. So SPY is a gap up, pretty much a very strong all-time high. We have no business of shorting SPY right now. If SPY is this strong, then we just ride the wave, which is to the long, if it gives us a good pullback. So this is now setting up as a good opening range breakout. If it breaks above 627.96, then that's a pretty much a good opening range breakout setup. Now we have levels. We have VWAP right here at 627.29. It is struggling at 627.69. So let's see right here. Six, looks like they're pushing this one to 628. So 627.96, 628 is the next one. Let's just do a very small position to the long. Rejection at 627.7. $627 acting as a strong support here. So we started a long position in SPY by buying a call. SPY here, retraction at 627. Turn off the pre-market. Testing that support, that VWAP 627.29. So market hit 627.92, hit a very strong resistance there. What is Tesla doing? Tesla hit a support at 317. Stop loss here is below the VWAP. Support at 0.7. Very close to getting stop out here. All right, so SPY to the long is not ready yet. So we just close that position. NVIDIA, on the other hand, is acting very strong. It encountered a support at 169.64 before pushing higher. Let's see what SPY is doing now. Still having that pullback. AMD is strong as well. Big gap up $10. Pre-market low is at 147.71. Pre-market high 154. It did created an opening range breakout. Tesla having a pullback here at 319. CRWB 270 million float, not a low float stock. It is a gap up. I just don't like that for the past couple of weeks it's just staying in this range. So the better stock to trade is either AMD or NVIDIA. We did have to close our position in SPY that long. So we went long and we got stop out. SPY now encountering that support at 626.78 in the 1 minute. Looking at the 5 minutes, it is still looking weak. And NVIDIA here just created an opening range breakout. So NVIDIA is very strong. It can retest the high of the pre-market. So entering long on NVIDIA here, adding to that position to the long. Countering a resistance at 171.70s. We're now at 172. Just hate it when you're in the middle of the trade and someone is calling you. So 172 acting as a strong resistance. SPY encountered another resistance at the VWAP. AMD still pushing higher at 157 now. So we went long here, having a little bit of a pullback. Support at 626.68 for SPY. NVIDIA, not a lot of volume when it's pulling back. So looking at the tape here as well as the level 2, 171.80, not a lot of imbalance here. Volume is dying when it's pushing down, adding to that long position on NVIDIA. What I don't like though is SPY is still having that pullback. But look at AMD here. Is this an all-time high? No, not an all-time high. Having that pullback. Stop losses below the VWAP. Very close to getting stop out. So what SPY is doing now is testing the low of the pre-market. Stop loss here is just below that VWAP. Let's look at the volume bar. Now a lot of volume, hence that consolidation. SPY have that support at the pre-market low, 625.94. So still having that support at 171.20. Volume is lacking though, so expect more consolidation to happen here. SPY here have pre-market low as a support. All right, SPY now. Let's see, looks like it's ready for another stab to the long, 626. So 620. Trying to see if SPY has the potential to respect the support, but it keeps having that rejection. So let's wait until SPY gives us the signal that it is ready for a pop. Right now, it is still just showing some signs of weakness. NVIDIA here, not a lot of volume, still consolidating at the VWAP. Our stop loss is at 170.53. Look at this wedge that's forming. Let's go back to SPY. Bunch of consolidation, 626.49. Five minutes still not looking strong with SPY. So we will be interested in doing long in SPY again. If it goes above 626.52, that will be above this hammer. NVIDIA here, let's see if it's close to our stop loss. Still consolidating. All right, 626.5. All right, so we are in that level. All right, just started a long position in SPY. Let's see if this is ready now. So I'm buying a call 627 for SPY for a potential bounce. NVIDIA here, we're still long. It did not touch our stop loss. Stop loss here is just the low of this candlestick. NVIDIA. I don't like that NVIDIA, although it had that push, we did not have a lot of volume here. So it is still gonna consolidate at this level. Close to getting stuck out here. So this is the consolidation that we were talking about because there's not a lot of volume bar. So we're just stuck in this consolidation. I don't like the 15 minutes. 15 minutes has a long wick at the top as well as a long wick at the bottom, creating this doji. All right, so this one. All All right, not ready yet for that SPY move. Nvidia very close to getting stop out here. The strongest is AMD. AMD had never looked back since the opening. All right, very close to getting stop out here in Nvidia. Not a lot of imbalance here, but I see some in 170.50 getting ready to get stop out here. 170.50 stop lost. All right, so all out there, Nvidia. We'll wait for once it's ready. Also, the SPY got a stop out. So SPY having this 625.91 as a support. Touch again the pre-market low, which is the high of this candlestick, acting as a support there. Let's see if SPY is ready now. All right, re-entering there. Nvidia, let's see, once it retests the low of the day, it can also retest the low of the pre-market 169. Still waiting for Nvidia to show us some signs of reversal here. Right now it's still too weak. So SPY tested that support 625.89. Looking at the volume here, we're missing the volume. All right, AMD now looking like it's ready for a pullback here. What time is it? It's just too early for reversal. All right, stop loss 158 here. Small position, shorting AMD. Added to that position. All right, SPY, this is the second touch of that support, 625. Now the thing with support is the more it gets tested, the more higher probability that that support is going to be broken. All right, let's see what NVIDIA is doing now. NVIDIA touched close to the pre-market low. Volume is starting to pick up at NVIDIA. Let's start a small position with NVIDIA. $169.50, lots of orders at NVIDIA. Still pullback is expected. AMD retested 157. Added to the short in AMD. More volume here. Taking some partial. Let's see if AMD has another leg down. 50s, 55. Looking for another leg down with AMD. 40, 42. All right. Come on, AMD. Break. taking some partial. So looking for another leg down here with AMD. Okay, taking some partial. Countering a support at 86.85, looking for another leg down. Taking some partial here. Still has a lot of orders sitting right here at the bid, so still looking weak. Okay. Taking some partial. Still a bunch of orders sitting here at the bid, so still looking weak. "15 minutes looks like it had encountered a support. If it creates a new high, then we will be okay. So all out here. All right, all out in AMD. So we were able to capture that to the short. NVIDIA here, having that support added to the long position in NVIDIA. So looking at the tape here, 169.77, still missing the volume. Just adding to that long position. Adding to that long on NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, we are long, having that curl up 170.09. SPY 625.5. Where's that level? Just the previous day high. SPY having that curl up after it bounced off of that high of yesterday, 625.18. Now encountering that resistance at 625.94. We are still long NVIDIA here. Resistance at 170.22. There is a lot of orders sitting here at the ask as well, 170.15. Okay, retesting that 170.21 again. All right, retesting that level, 170.22. Strong resistance. This is gonna push higher than that, 0.25 incoming. Rejection again with SPY, 625.94. So Nvidia here looking great. We did had a loss here, but we were able to build up a big position once it reached 169. All right, looks like it's about to retest VWAP here for Nvidia, up by 3.9%. SPY here, resistance at 625.94. We did had a small position here. SPY here, looking good, holding that support. Nvidia still looking strong now at the VWAP. Right, 170, they're pushing this one to 171. Great. Pushing this one to 171. There you go. 171. Okay, taking some profit there. That was a big move from 169 to 171. Okay, SPY now is moving to the upside. We did get that support in SPY, and SPY is moving nicely. Found the support at 625. Just building that position here. Nvidia here, we took profit there at 171. SPY about to test the VWAP. SPY encountering a support 626.07. All right, Nvidia having a pullback now. That was a big move from Nvidia. So we were able to capture that 169.75 all the way to 170.97, more than a dollar move there. Let's see if the SPY has the juice to move higher. There is some not a lot of imbalance between the bid and the ask. 626.41 is the VWAP. Let's see, trying to see if SPY will be able to took some partial there. That was a big push. All right, SPY testing the VWAP here. All right, took some partial there as well. All right, let's look for another trade. AMD. AMD eventually found the support 154. What is that level? The pre-market high before pushing higher. What else? AMD is a very good example of a 9 EMA. You have a gap up, pull back at 9 EMA, you go long, stop loss below the 9 EMA, and look at that move, 154. I was in the middle of the trade in SPY, so I did not get to see this, but this is an A plus setup. All right, so let's just do our recap. So, good morning, everyone. It's been quite a while since our last recording or live trade, just because of I've been doing some traveling and been sick for a week. So now we're back. Yeah, we'll call it a day. So less than an hour of trading. As I mentioned earlier, Um, I've been doing some swing trades while traveling, so did not get the chance to do an online streaming. But for today, we traded a couple of stocks. We traded AMD, Nvidia, and options trade on SPY. So for today, we will end our day with a profit of 2,500. So for our options trade with SPY, we are red on those trade, and AMD gave us a nice profit to the short, and Nvidia nice profit to the long. But it was such a struggle in the beginning, just because what SPY did, you have a very nice gap up and then the reversal. Always is a challenge when that happens. So let's look at what the SPY did today. All right, so SPY is very strong. We are at the all-time high with SPY. So it opened at 626.29, and then after it opened, at one point it touched 627.96 before it reversed. Reversal trade is always a challenge, most especially at the start of the day from 9:30 to 10:30, just because we are a trend trader. We follow the trend. And of course, if it's a gap up, then we are long bias on that. So that's the reason why we got some losses with our long and some losses with our long 628 and 627. So let's look at what happened here. So I was looking at SPY, and SPY, we were hoping that SPY will still have that another leg up. So we went long and then stop out. And then we got that little bit of a bounce in SPY, and that one was at 1010. So at 1010, this is how the SPY chart looks like. So we have encountered that support at 625.30. 625.30, that is the level right here, high of yesterday. So we went long again via option. We buy a call at 627, adding to that position, and we got a pop. Still, it was a red trade just because of this big sell-off. And then we also did options trade with 628 calls. So we were long bias at the open. We were expecting an opening range breakout, and it got a stop out. Went long again at that 10:10, 10:10. So went long at 10:10 and then got that little bit of a move, but it still is because of this big sell-off at the open. We are still red there by 400. Now AMD on the other hand was a good short. We were able to capture that. I was calling out that AMD should have been the one and done if we were able to focus on AMD, but we got so distracted with options trade that I did not even get to monetize on that long move of AMD at the beginning. So what AMD did is, this is a nice gap up right at the bat, a gap up. It gives us a bias that it is a long. Sure enough, it created an opening range breakout. It went above the previous or the pre-market high. So this could have been a good level to enter, 154.77, with a stop loss just below the VWAP. And look at how that big moved, what that big move did. So we were not able to capture that move because we were doing options trade with SPY. But what I saw was this inverted hammer. So this inverted hammer signifying that looks like it is due for a pullback. I was saying earlier that that pullback looks a little early. We like to do our reversal around past 10:30, too early for that, but it's just so weak that it gives us that signal for a short. So the high of this candlestick is at 158.65. We shorted a little bit late to the party. We shorted it there, adding to the position to the short because it was just moving so quickly. So short, added to the position, and just cover all the way down. It even reached out to 154, but we were all out at 155.74. So we were able to capture that 156.91 all the way to 155.47. So more than $1 move there, just enough to give us 2100. Next one is NVIDIA. NVIDIA gave us a hard time as well. So NVIDIA, we were long biased just because at the open, it is a nice gap up here. Nice gap up. Opening range breakout, we went long, adding to the position, and then we got stop out here at the VWAP. So first, red trade with NVIDIA. Did not work out as anticipated. It went reversed on us, just like what SPY did. But that's why you have to follow your strategy. So we got stop out here. So first is a red trade. And then we found that support at 169. And then that 169. All right, we got support at 169, confirmation here with that nice candlestick. So started a long position, added to that position, and just adding. Look at how the support is now going higher, low, higher, high. So stop loss is the low of the day and adding to that position. And with that add, we were able to capture. So from the lowest of this is 169.76 all the way to 170.99. So more than $1 move there, still moving higher, but ending NVIDIA with a profit of 968. So with that, we are calling it a day. So 2,500 with less than an hour trade. And yeah, we'll do this trading again, live trading next week. So we do it every Tuesday. Apologies again, 3 Tuesdays that we're not here just because we were traveling for the first 2 weeks and got sick for that last week. Sorry, that was loud. All right, so with that, I hope you guys got something out of this live trading. We do live trades every Tuesday, 9:30 from 9:15 onwards. And if you guys have any questions on how to begin on how to day trade for a living, please feel free to check our website out. It's called ecourseunlocked.com. And in that website, you'll see some files that we share for you with you guys for free. Our number one and one of the profit taking strategy, which is the opening range breakout. So you can download that for free. We just need your email. In that way, we would know where to send it. And we are now venturing out as well to real estate, to rental, just because you want to diversify your portfolio. What you want to do is day trading is, profit generator. Once you get those enough profit, then buy your properties, rent it out, so you do have that passive income as well. So with that, thank you so much for watching. We'll cut it short just because I'm still recovering, but we'll do this again next Tuesday. Again, thank you and keep it green. Bye for now. Family? Is it your relationship? Is it health? Is it growth? Or maybe a status? Or maybe a popularity? Is it achievement? Or is it security? Is it fulfillment? Or is it a passion? Is it a relationship, adventure, being creative, being able to do what you want at your own terms? Or just loving what you do, exploring the world, giving back, serving? Now the list can go on and on. What's the common denominator here? All of this require time. And if we will spend 90,000 hours at work, which is the average number of hours a person works in their lifetime, then who has the time to do all this? 24 hours in a day isn't coming to an end. 24 hours is all that we're going to get. Now, wish you could have more time so you can focus on what matters most. What would you do if you have more time in your hand? What would you do if money is not the driving force for you to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work, What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn how to day trade for a living.